Hey guys, how you doing? It's Henry at Mowers and Blowers. This is the power washer that I had fixed a couple of days ago. I used it to power wash my deck rails, my PVC back fence, and worked great. I used it for about 5 hours straight, and yeah, once in a while it would stop and start and stop, and then after the bad gas was all used up, I had fresh gas in there, and this thing ran like for 4 hours straight without any issue. So I actually sold this to somebody for about 150 bucks. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Anyway, the next day, he brought it back and he says it doesn't work. What am I going to do, right? I don't want to give him his money back, so I gave him another power washer that I had that was similar to this, and that's fine. So today I just tried to start it and plugged in all the hoses and stuff like that, and I hear like this rattling sound underneath, as if it sounds like a ball bearing or something like that that's loose and running around, you know what I'm saying? So I think something broke in the pump, you know? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off that bottom cowling and just check out the situation with the pump, because I'm pretty sure the pump is busted, because I hooked it up and while the engine runs just fine, it sounds like something's rattling inside, you know? So I think the pump's definitely gone. So I want to take it apart and see anyway, but my plan is I'm going to use this engine for a lawnmower deck. A lot of people say that you can't use a power washer engine for a lawnmower because the crankshaft is too short. Well, I've done about 5 conversions. I've made 5 power washer engines go on lawnmowers without engines and have run them great and fine and have sold them already. So this notion of it, a pressure washer engine not being able to fit on a lawnmower engine because the crankshaft is too short, is really ridiculous, because I've done it many times. You just need the right length adapter for the crankshaft so that the blade is of normal height to the deck. That's all you need. But before I go and grab the lawnmower, I want to see and tear apart the pump to see what the story is and see whether or not it's an easy fix. I doubt it though, you know. First thing before I tilt this the other direction is I'm going to pinch off the fuel line so fuel doesn't spill everywhere and stuff. I mean, there might be some oil in the chamber and stuff, but that's only if I rotate the flywheel, you know what I mean, which I won't until maybe later, you know. So it's got like this panel underneath where you can't see anything, you know, so I'm going to remove that. I'm having dickens of a time getting this panel off, because this thing goes all the way in deep and I can't tell what size the bolt is. And even though I found the right one, it just free spins, it doesn't come off. So I'm just going to take this stuff off the side here and see what we find, you know. It just doesn't seem to want to come off. I may have to just break it. No matter what I do, it just spins and spins and doesn't come off. I'll find the other side. 2 tabs here, so now it's loose. I'm just gonna yank this damn thing off. Why won't it come off? Yeah, that's turning the screw. Just doesn't want to come off. Look, it's moving on the other side. That's why it's not coming off. That's it. I had enough. I'm just going to break this. That's right. I'm not screwing around. I'm not. Wants to give me such a hard time. I'm just going to mess this dude up. Dude's not letting me mess him up. See? Fighting me the whole way. You suck. He's like, yeah, you suck. Son of a bitch. I'm about to say uncle. Suck. I don't know what I'm looking at under there, so you know what I'm going to do? You guys probably know. So I'm just going to start this up and let you hear it. How's that? That? You hear the jingling of the metal going zzz. You hear it, right? So that's what I've been experiencing. Something's definitely kablooey inside there, right? You know what? I'm just going to take the pump off. Just removed the 4 big screws or bolts that hold the pump onto the thing. It's a pain to get to. They're 1/2 inch bolts like that. There it is. That's the pump. The adapter, the keyway in there. Now it's right to the crankshaft of there. now I'm just gonna try to take apart that pump just so I can at least see. These torque bolts that they got over here are very tight, so I have to use my electric impact, and I actually have the adapter to go from a 1/2 inch to a 3/8 to one of these torque things. I didn't even know I had them, but I'm glad I did. There's 8 of these. They're really on there tight. Otherwise, that wouldn't spin around like that, you know? I gotta tell you, this thing is great. Stronger than air impact. I doubt this is gonna just come apart. Let's see how this works. So you got this big thing here. This is now already loose. I see, this turns with the that shaft. I'm gonna have to impact this off too. It's 1/2 inch, 5/8. So there it is. Once I impacted that bolt off the adapter, it just came right apart, just like that. So it appears that that noise was this thing going like that. It was loose in between this. Looks like it's some kind of a balancer, right? So it was in between here and moving around like that, and these two side things were making this noise. See that? That's what the noise was. And then in here was these things. I don't know whether this is 2 things or is it 1 thing, you know? Is it 1 thing that split in half, or is it 2 things? Either way, it's warped out of control, see? I mean, I doubt it comes this way, does it? Does it come this way? But these 2 things were, I mean, it has to be 2 things, because for this to be just 1 thing, man, how does it break in half perfectly like that? You know, I doubt it. But these are some kind of washers or flanges that are all bent out of shape, see? So this was causing this to move around and making the noise, you know? Either way, I don't know what I'm doing with this, so I'm not going to fix it. Here's the adapter. I don't know how this works, you know what I'm saying? So this acts like a crankshaft almost, you know, like a lobe. It acts like a camshaft actually. That's like a balancer. This is a counterbalance. I wonder if I could sell these parts. But I think the pump works other than this flange, you know? Maybe I could just replace the flange, but you know, I don't remember how this goes anymore. Kind of interesting. I'm not going to do anything with this. Maybe I will. I'm not sure. But that's taking apart a power washer, pressure washer pump. And that's what it looks like on the inside. I've seen a lot of videos about pressure washers. I haven't seen a pump that looks like this. you know. But I think the culprit of this breaking are these flanges here that go there. So I haven't decided what I'm going to do. I think this engine is too good. This engine is too good for the lawnmower that I'm thinking of. I'll probably wait until I find a better deck to put that engine on. I don't want to waste this engine on that lawnmower, you know. I have this one too. It engine runs, but it the power washer works sometimes, and there's no adjustments on it, you know. So I think that's it. This is how to remove your water pump out of your power washer and figure out what's wrong with it. It's a teardown. That's all it is. So I'll see what I'm going to do with the engines. And I'm not going to repair this. See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers. After further review, I was just sitting around here looking at what I had here, and I actually put it back. And I think I know how to put it back now. So, you know, just after studying it a little bit, I kind of figured out how to put it back. So now I'm going to go inside and just do some research on this assembly here, right? And see if I could just buy this flange, because this is all that's broken, you know what I mean? And maybe if this is not very expensive, I could just replace this back in there, put this back together again, put it back onto the power washer, and maybe it'll work. And honestly, it wasn't that hard to take all this stuff apart, you know? It was just kind of understanding, as for a first time, you know, first time working on a power washer, how things work, you know? And so I'm thinking that, I mean, all I could see that was making the noise was this thing was busted inside. This was causing that thing to be loose, and while it's spinning, it makes that noise, you know? But if you had a good washer or flange in there and greased it right, it wouldn't make that noise, and things would be turning correctly, and maybe it would work, because I don't really see any obvious signs of anything else broken, you know. Even the seals here, they call them O-rings, but these are not shaped like an O. But the rubber seals here are good. There's no leaks when it was running. It was just making that noise, and pressure wasn't building up. Well, pressure wasn't building up was because you had something wrong here, and this is obviously what was wrong, you know. So if I could find out how much these cost to replace, maybe I'll order some and put it back together again, just see, you know. And even if it doesn't work, I'm not going to spend a lot of money on it. I'm going to give it a try. Yeah, so disregard what I was saying. You know why? Because as I was moving things around, right, I noticed something else. While I was moving things around, I noticed that there was this piece sitting on the floor. This part here is one piece. Right there? It's missing another piece here. See? This part here is broken. I don't know what this is called. That's broken. It's missing this piece here, right? And that flange thing is also busted. So there's several things busted with this. So, I mean, I don't know how much this piece costs. Doesn't seem like it's too hard to change if I wanted to, you know, but there's too many things broken. This thing, this assembly right here is broken, and that thing. So you know what? I don't think I'm going to fix it. But I will go and check and see how much, you know, but I don't think I'm going to fix it. Even if I went through all the trouble to fix it, I mean, how much would I get for the power washer? 150 bucks, you know what I'm saying? May not even be worth all that trouble. Well, maybe it might be. No, not really. You know why? Because I could take the engine and put it on a lawnmower and sell it for 150, you know? Anyway, so that's a teardown of a Excell 2500 PSI Briggs & Stratton engine pressure power washer pump. That's what it looks like. That's how it works. It's not really that difficult to take apart and to put it back together again, but getting the parts may be expensive. See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers. Hey guys, support my channel. Buy a sticker. Also, follow me on Instagram at MowersBlowers. Check out my website, mowersblowers.com. See you guys on the next project. Have a great day.